All right, for this test here, you'll notice that we have some Ritz crackers on a paper towel. And I am going to take our Ritz crackers. I want you to write down your observations and tell me, did a physical change happen or a chemical change? For our next test here, we have some bubble wrap, and I am going to pop our bubble wrap. You are going to write down your observations for what you hear and what you see. Is it a physical or a chemical change? If you take a look here, we have a bowl of brownie batter, and I'm mixing the ingredients together. You will see what our batter looks like before we make our brownies. If you take a look, these are the brownies in the oven cooking. What observations can you make? If you take a look, we have the final product of our fudge brownies. What observations can you make? Did the brownies go through a physical change or a chemical change? If you take a look, we have icicles hanging from the roof. Write down your observations for what you see and what you hear. If you take a look here, we have a fire pit. And right before we light it, this is the before. If you take a look, the fire is now going. You are going to write down your observations for what you see and what you hear. And you'll notice this is the day after the fire. What observations can you make? What do you see? What do you notice? For test number 6, we are going to see what happens to an apple after I cut it and it's been sitting out for a few minutes. So I'm carefully going to cut my apple. I'm going to cut a piece there and a piece here, and we will see what happens to the color of it when it sits out. You are going to observe what happened to the apple after it's been sitting out for about 10 minutes. You are going to write down your observations. So what do you see here? What do you notice? How does it look different from the apple that we started with? You are going to use those observations to determine whether or not this is a chemical change or a physical change.